That most of the time it's your own self, it's your future self. You are tapping into things that are going to happen in your future, and that's where your best ideas are coming from. They're coming from your future, and exactly the same way that it works in dreams. But you asked about it happening.
What's going on, Philosopher Gang, man? We back at it, man. Today, man, I got a doozy for you. I told y'all I was gonna bring y'all some more of that dope content. Talking about a whole bunch of, various topics. From the occult, from the exoteric, prophetic dreams, history, knowledge, wisdom, all that good stuff. Today, man, I just showed y'all that clip, and man, what that clip is basically that guy's he's an author, Wargo. His name is Wargo. Now he just wrote a book, and in this book, he's breaking down how he feel like that most of the inventions and most of the great ideas, because just thing that we have, they call it a muse. One author, he just sat down for hours at a day. You trying to, channel something, not like a spooky channel, but just really, write some good content. He just, whatever you do every day for 2, 3, 4 hours, just write. And he said it's a time when you're writing, and then all of a sudden it's going to come to you where it's going to hit you, and it's going to be almost like a prophetic writing. That's how a lot of people get famous. That's how the person who wrote Dr. Seuss, you know what I'm saying? Like Albert Einstein, he even had a dream. The MC squared equation. I know a lot of y'all probably don't know about, but look up that. Einstein said that came to him in a dream, in a slumber. So that's telling us that some things do come to us in a dream-like state, a meditative-like state, a visionary-like state. When the guy said that, your future self come and brings you it, because how I believe in the whole totality of the universe, everything is connected, like string theory, all that stuff mixed together. I feel like the universe and the stars is kind of like a video game. Inside of a video game, you don't see the controls and everything, but if you hit X and hit B and this is going to do something. That's the same way in the code that I feel like the universe or the creator, whatever he put on this earth, into this universe, he created that for us. So secondary, I feel like when he's talking about that, our dreams and gifts and inventions come from the future, because if you think about time, real time, because we live in the 3 dimension. Remember I talked about last week about Plato, how they were seeing the shadows on the wall, and that was in a 2-dimensional like state. The world is 3-dimensional. I believe that, and most scientists now believe that there's 11 dimensions to this whole universe, world, galaxy that we all, the totality, as far as you can think of and believe in, there's 11 dimensions, and we're only on the 3rd dimension. But most of the things that we see, like ghosts, encounters, and crazy stuff, that's closer to the 4th and 5th dimension. So if you walk with me, and we see that, on the 4th dimension, time doesn't exist. So are you tapping into another dimension when you're getting these great ideas? Like for example, there was a person by the name of Edgar Cayce. And Edgar Cayce, he was known as the slumming or the sleeping prophet. And Edgar Cayce has 14,000 documented readings to a wide range of people, including celebrities like Harry Houdini, Thomas Edison, Woodrow Wilson, and Marilyn Monroe. These readings covered a wide variety of topics, including personal matters and health conditions. He also foretold events from Atlanta's rediscovery of the outbreak of World War II. The sleeping prophet, was he just someone who was a con man who just can tap into another dimension, or did he really have dreams, and did he have other dimensional like qualities? Same thing about Nikola Tesla. A lot of people say Nikola Tesla, he wasn't just a Jew because he wanted to give free electricity to the world. That's probably why they killed him, they murdered him. But he also would get these kind of dream meditative like states. He wasn't quite sleeping, but he would meditate. And a lot of his inventions, by the way, the United States have over 6,000.
Disappeared, and only 60 of his 80 organized boxes were recovered. FBI documents show that the Department of Defense ordered Tesla's belongings to be turned over to them after his death.
Tesla somewhere locked up in a vault that we don't know nothing about. So we can have the technology that we've been getting from these iPhones and everything else, and satellites, could have been coming from Tesla for all these years, because he was so ahead. So was he ahead that he just went into his future self, or did he just see time and he was just able to, wherever he did, he downloaded something from another dimension into this dimension. Because I believe, you know, another main goal and reason why you can tell if it's something out of this dimension, if it's been years and years and people have probably thought about it, but it's never been able to materialize. Sometimes in our lives, things won't materialize because we have to go to that next level, to that, you know, and I believe, you know, the different names you want to call for, they're just motifs for the same thing. Like, for example, another dimension, another level, you know what I'm saying? Another stratosphere, or however you want to call it. That's where you're trying to get to. So, man, if y'all really like this video, man, make sure y'all hit that like below, subscribe. We're going to be talking about some more deep stuff, but I just want y'all to think about that, man, over this holiday weekend, man. Think about the mind and what we can really do, man. Appreciate y'all for watching. You're watching The Hood Philosopher.